However, Monarch supporters, while lamenting the home loss, took comfort in the fact that Workington marched through to the semi-finals of the tournament at the expense of Glasgow Tigers, who lost top spot of the Borders group to the rampant Comets right at the death. It was a poor display by Monarchs, who still have a few questions to answer on their overall performances. Tougher teams than Workington have still to visit the Lothian Arena, and that's the big concern. Monarchs #1 Ricky Wells continues to lead from the front and gave the home side a promising start in the opening heat by beating Comets' Rene Bach quite comfortably, and with teammate Joel Anderson picking up a vital point in third place. This 4-2 advantage was exactly the springboard Monarchs had hoped for. They repeated the trick in the next heat when Cody Garcia, who has been signed for the remainder of the season, led from the tapes. Monarchs were in a 5-1 position to begin with, but Workington's Mason Campton clawed his way past Josh Pickering for second place, forcing the Aussie to settle for a point instead. Still, Monarchs led 8-4 after just 2 races. With no fixture last week, Monarchs American star Max Ruml returned home, and all eyes were on the Californian to see if the vacation had sharpened him up any, because he has been struggling to make an impact so far. Unfortunately, he was excluded for going through the tapes in his first ride and was replaced by Garcia. Not encouraging. However, Monarchs made it a triple whammy of 4-2s in Heat 3 when Mark Riss had a tremendous battle with Dan Bewley before prevailing to take the checkered flag, and with Garcia again snatching a point, Monarchs led 12-6. The fourth race threw up something of a shock when Monarchs skipper Eric Riss was beaten by Workington reserve Campton, but with Pickering following Riss home, a share of the spoils ensued and Monarchs retained their 6-point lead. But the match took on a different complexion in Heat 5 when Comets pair Bach and Rasmus Jensen made mincemeat of Mark Riss and Ruml for a timely 5-1 and instantly reduced the lead to just 2 points, 16-14, and Monarchs were under pressure in the next race when Nikolai Clint easily beat Wells and Anderson, but Kyle Bigley offered no support to Clinton. Monarchs luckily escaped with a 3-3. Eric Riss got back on the winning trail in Heat 7, but Workington's Bewley and Ty Proctor lay between him and Garcia, so Monarchs had to settle for another drawn race, and they were now feeling the heat under the evening sun. Heat 10 was also shared and Monarchs were hanging on by their fingertips now. And Comets leveled the meeting with a 4-2 in the next race, Clint holding out Mark Riss. Ditto Heat 11, and the match was on a knife edge, which very much suited the Comets. Monarchs finally edged in front again with a 4-2 from Eric Riss and Wells in Heat 13. Monarchs now led 40-38, but the match was far from over. And the Comets had the winning line in their sights when they romped to their second 5-1 of the night, Bewley and Campton easily beating Mark Riss and Cody Garcia. Comets now led 43-41, and they just needed a 3-3 in Heat 15 to secure victory and top the Border qualifying group. And it was Clint who was the hero for the Comets as he romped to victory against Eric Riss and Wells to take the Comets through to the semi-finals of the competition. It was fully deserved. Comets star Bewley, who once rode for Monarchs, said, "It was great to be back at Armadale. I still love the place. It was a great team display and I'm delighted with my 9-point score." His teammate Mason Campton said, "We started off slowly but got stronger as the match went on. It was a great result for the whole side and we are all delighted to be through." To the semi-finals, Monarchs, Riss 13, Wells 10, Riss 7, Garcia 4, Pickering 4, Anderson 4, Ruml 2, Workington, Clint 11, Bewley 9, Campton 8, Jensen 7, Bach 6, Proctor 5, Bigley 0.